You can wear sweatpants.
I can. I have them. But I don't think we're good. I feel like a bum when I put on sweatpants.
What about like swishy pants?
It's okay to be a bum. Yeah, maybe some stylish
Some
swishy
nice,
pants.
tactical, practical pants?
Yes, that's what I need. Tactical, practical pants.
Yeah.
Something between sweatpants and jeans.
Okay. All right. Welcome to Lisa Beats Your Meat, your go-to one-stop shop podcast for news, weather, health, lottery numbers, reality TV information. We've really got it all here.
Pretty much just health.
Pretty much everything. Wellness, religion, spirituality, parenting, you know, we do it all. So, hold on a second. Like I said, we're here for parenting, and that happens from time to time. Jimmy, I'm going to move to the couch. I know I said I would be here with you, but this is not working for me.
Don't know why you did. I wasn't looking for solidarity. I like to sit on the floor sometimes.
Okay. Can we move that there? Yeah, thank you. Sorry, we had to switch up our location of our podcast because
our studio's under construction.
all
new mics and
Jimmy
mixers.
loves to lie on this podcast. I swear to God. All our children are here, and they are all throughout the home, and so we had to relinquish to the front room where no one goes, no one hangs out. To my failure, because I love a front room. It's the only room in the house without a TV, but no one will even step foot in here, ever.
We're in here now, and I bet you there'll be people in here shortly.
I guess so. Well, cheers. What are you drinking?
Noctera, Beta Flash, and some bourbon. Yeah, local Powell, Ohio brewery. Very delicious.
Yeah.
What are you drinking? It looks very thin.
It's a Pinot Noir. Currently, I've got like a really delicate balance of a Pinot Noir with a chaser of a Sudafed. And then I have this other medicine that I've been shoving up my nose that gives me a nice little rush. I think it's similar to like a Whippet.
You need to get it together.
So, no, I'm doing well. I still have congestion. I mean, folks, the flu lasts forever, but I am over it. I feel fine. But then the congestion just hit in, and it was a rock this morning. And it wasn't that I was full of fluid. It was that my nose was swollen. That's what's the real killer.
Why are you so convinced this is the flu?
It is the flu. What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Okay, well, regardless, I felt like I was drowning. It was like claustrophobic. Like I felt like I couldn't breathe because like it wasn't like, oh, there's a chance of something coming out of your nose. It was like nothing was coming out of my nose or in my nose. It was just nothing.
So it broke up a little?
Well, I went to the store and got some normal Sudafed and for children, and they told me that it was okay to drink or eat, and now I'm feeling okay.
Well, thank goodness.
Yeah. So sorry if my voice is a little smelly cat-ish, but this is me. What are you looking up?
Our podcast? What?
I'm talking to you. I'm having an engaging conversation, and you're on your phone.
I'm sorry. I thought we were podcasting about a topic.
And you needed to look at your phone for that?
I'm pulling it up, yeah. The information for our podcast.
Anyhow.
Jeez, this is off to a great start.
What did we have for dinner? We had pizza tonight.
Yeah, it was great.
Pizza's on Fridays. I made some stuffed peppers. Those were good, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and I made the cheese. I feel like I've talked about this before, but cheese is not that hard to make. Well, like a mozzarella style, I guess, is not that hard to make. It's just tapioca flour and like Kappa Gamma or something. I don't really know what it's called, but it's Kappa something. And coconut oil, refined coconut oil, so it doesn't taste like coconut. And it's delish. There's a whole method to it.
It tasted good.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you usually use that on pizza.
You know what? I was trying to go economical, you know?
No. Well,
so
worked out.
I'm always trying to rein it in. I'm always thinking about that bottom dollar. Jimmy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and I made crack. I don't know what you call it, but it's called crack. Sometimes it's called Christmas crack, but it's not Christmas time, and I made it. And it's like you put saltines down, and then you make brown sugar and butter, like a caramel, and then you put that caramel stuff on top of it, bake it, and then put chocolate on top of that. It was, I mean, they say they call it crack because it's the crackers crack when you break them apart, but I think it's called crack because of it tastes like, or it's as addicting as crack cocaine.
Do you have any more? You want to do the saltine challenge on the podcast?
I don't think you could do it with this because it's soaked in caramel and chocolate.
No, I mean leftover crackers.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I do. But it's delish. It's like salty and sweet. It's not really a health food by any means, but it's so good.
Yeah, it was really good.
But not as much as I loved it, right? Because you said that women love salt and sweet.
I feel like women.
This is your theory.
Seemed, I don't know if this is a sexist statement, but
nope.
Women like sweet and salty at the same time more than men, I think.
That rings true, because like I love, like I'd put like pretzels on my ice cream.
Yeah, that's.
Or just a sweet and salty. Yeah, that definitely, because we want it all.
Yeah.
So why not?
I want one or the other.
Yeah.
Lots of sweets. Maybe like one after another, one before another.
We want it all together.
Like I'll eat some ice cream and then want some wheat thins. Yeah. Well, it's February 3rd, so we just had Groundhog Day.
We did. And he saw his shadow. We still have winter.
He saw his shadow, and that means we still have winter, yes.
How do they know he saw his shadow?
It's not it's if he makes a shadow. Comes out of his burrow, and if there's a shadow. You know what I mean? Like it's...
I mean, I'm just seeing a lot of holes in this. This doesn't make much sense.
That's not good science.
There's a Ohio. There's like a Ohio one.
Is it it's like groundhog?
Yes.
Some people use other things.
It's like Buckeye groundhog.
I feel like
we're
it's
so original over here.
Is it mean? I feel like it's
well, yes and no. So the way I thought it was, I thought they reached inside this little groundhog's burrow, pulled him out, sat him down, and was like, "Do you see your shadow or not?" And that would annoy me. Like I was thinking in regards to Sam, like if someone was like, "Sam, come here," and then they pulled him out into a crowd of people and were like, "Do you see your shadow?" But that's not actually what happens. The Ohio groundhog, I think it's called Buckeye, I'm sure. They were just like, it didn't come out of its little cove today.
Oh, well, Puck's
so like it was like not even touched. It wasn't bothered at all.
Didn't even come out.
Yeah, so like that doesn't really strike me as like inhumane.
Oh, well, but the groundhog,
Punxsutawney Phil, they pull him out. I
mean, he comes out. I don't know if they call him or something, but they pick him up and hold him up in the air and celebrate him.
This is on...
It's like a long lineage of...
Yeah, in the span of things that are wrong, I'm not saying it's right, but it's definitely not an issue to deal with.
No, I don't think it's... I mean,
it's fine.
He's like the most famous groundhog.
I can't think of a more famous groundhog than him.
It's a weird tradition. I think it used to be a... what's an animal of that shape or size? I don't know.
A beaver?
Maybe it was a beaver. They're brought over by like the Germans, this tradition. It's a Christian tradition. They used to like burn candles and see, depending on how fast it burned, if, predicting how much more winter we had. And then it switched to animals.
Some traditions should be let go.
Well,
I could think of a few.
When they came to America.
I could think of a few in my own church that should be let go. But that's for another time.
Oh, wow, yeah. Yikes. I didn't want to go there. But, yeah, so the Germans settled in Pennsylvania and started this tradition. And I guess the current Punxsutawney Phil, or however you say it, is in the family of the original, going back
the lineage
to like the 1800s.
Oh, I think I mentioned this to you before. Did you see the camel video?
You mentioned it. I actually put it in my notes.
Oh.
I did not see it, though.
You should look it up. So, but I can give you a play-by-play. So
Yeah.
it was in Russia, and this is what I'm confused about it. A camel trampled a guy to death. A camel just beat a guy to death. Just beat him up. Just whipped him around. The video is pretty jarring, but this camel just really laid into this guy. But it's winter time there, and there's snow, and aren't camels, their climate is warm. Like, aren't they uncomfortable in snow?
I don't know. I don't know much about camels. But yeah, you traditionally think of them in African.
In desert climates.
But I think they can do it all.
Anyways, this camel, this guy, like, punched this camel. And the camel, you got to take his bone. You can't just give him a tap. He doesn't know what you're talking about. Oh, this is just cruel.
Our dog's going crazy on a bone.
Anyways, the guy punched the camel, and the camel, like I said, just beat him up. And the best part of the video, go look the video up, but the best part of the video is at the end, the camel is standing over like a bloody body, and there's snow everywhere, so there's blood like all on the snow.
That's awful.
It's like very very violent and just jarring. And then a car like drives up to the camel, and the camel just lifts its head like, what? Should I not? Was this not cool? Not what we're supposed to do, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to watch it now, but enraged camel turns on taunting man, tramples him to death in shocking video.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. But I love these.
Did he deserve death?
I love these videos. I love when an animal strikes back. I mean, out of the millions and trillions of animals that are killed all the time, one got one.
Actually,
good for them, you know?
He does punch it.
Yeah.
That's
Are you watching it right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so horrible.
That looks like a winter camel.
Okay, what is a winter camel?
It's like furry. It has like its humps are all hair. Like
it has a lot of hair.
Good God. Well, yeah, that's a little graphic for me, but
it is graphic. But we got one. You know,
we got one.
First, don't punch camels. Don't punch anything, especially not animals.
Especially something 5 times your body weight.
Yeah. Yeah, that just shows how selfish we are as a species.
Yeah.
We think we just manhandle it.
Speaking of that, I'm going to pause this real quick. Yeah, so our 800-pound dog was just eating the biggest bone I've ever seen directly next to me. Sorry. But yeah.
You're very sensitive to sounds.
I'm doing a podcast, you know.
Certain sound, but
specific,
it's not just during the podcast. Like when the dog licks himself, you lose your mind.
It's disgusting. Yeah, I don't like that sound at all, or people eating or anything like that. I don't think that's weird. A licking sound while you're sleeping at 2 a.m.
Well,
I don't think I'm alone on that.
Okay, let's move. Sleeping, good segue, Jimmy.
There we go. That's why I'm,
It's why they pay you the big bucks.
Yeah, my name's not in the title, but tonight's about sleeping. Yeah, sleep cycles, how to get a good night's sleep. What even is that? Apparently, we don't even really know.
This is exciting. I asked you questions about it, and you wouldn't even tell me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's come up
when
in the last couple podcasts we've talked about it, and I don't know. I had some questions too. Because I wear an Apple Watch, and recently, I don't know how recent, but within like the year, they added an app or an update. There's been a lot of these in Fitbits and different things people wear on their body that can track or try to track your sleep cycles.
Yeah.
I guess first off, I've learned from my research that accuracy is not great.
On the Apple Watch?
Yeah, I think I would conclude that tracking sleep is very difficult, especially if you're just using a heartbeat or whatever the heck the Apple Watch or a Fitbit uses. But even if you are tracking, people who do sleep studies and stuff, it's very difficult to understand what cycle someone's in.
Yeah.
Or what or if there's value in it.
So, well, I mean, I want you to get to your points however you want to get to your points, but
Yeah,
basically
we can freestyle.
the Apple Watch is monitoring your heart rate. Is that it?
I can't imagine what else it could measure. It's on your wrist. Heart rate. It might have like your breathing. It could maybe hear your breathing.
Oh, that's scary.
I'm not sure though. I don't think it.
No,
It can. It can because I have like an app, or it has a built-in app that tells you, if you're exposed to dangerous sounds too much.
Really?
I actually wanted to study a little bit more about that. Yeah, if you're everyone's iPhone, if you're an iPhone user,
if your music's too loud, it'll tell you.
Do you ever get that?
Absolutely.
I've asked
never happened. But Jimmy, that's because it's me. No, I've never had my phone up too loud.
What about like driving in your car? Like it doesn't know that you don't have headphones in.
No.
If you're like, well, most cars now with Bluetooth.
I have subtitles when I
listen
to
We have older
music.
cars. But if you plug your phone into something using auxiliary, it doesn't know whether or not those are headphones. So if you have it really loud, I mean, either way, I like things loud. But my phone all the time warns me that you're listening to something too loud.
But yet so sensitive to sounds.
I know.
It's so weird.
Apparently it's not doing any damage.
Huh. But you'll get an alert on your phone that's like, you're listening to music too loud.
Yeah, and then also I work with power tools.
Yeah.
But I wear headphones. Like I was using a tile saw all week.
And you had
I put headphones on when I spin the tile saw.
Good.
But my phone will say, or my watch will say, hey, you're in a very loud environment. So it's listening anyways. That's the point. It's listening. So it might be using breathing. Obviously, it knows if you're laying down or not. But I think it's mostly heart rate. I think most sleep cycles can kind of be gauged through heart rate.
Because your heart does slow down when you sleep.
Yes, definitely.
I wore the Apple Watch last night for this podcast, and I just felt like someone was holding my wrist the whole night.
Do you wear a watch ever?
No.
Was it different than wearing a watch, you think?
Yeah,
I've had it on for
felt
4 years.
I felt like a presence come out of it, and it like drifted around my face. I didn't like it.
Fluttered off to China or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have an Apple Watch, your phone can track it too, somewhat. So maybe that's using sound. But you wear it when you sleep. You set when you're going to sleep, when you wake up, and it gauges your sleep cycles, which we'll talk about what those are. But I will say that from reading some, not articles, but just blogs and stuff, that people who wear like a Fitbit as opposed to an Apple Watch have very different readings.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
who's more accurate?
Who knows? I mean, like I said.
What were the discrepancies?
Well, let's get into the different cycles. So the Apple Watch looks at, excuse me, I'm still coughing too. 4 things, 5. How long you're sleeping, which is interesting. So like 3 days ago, I was in bed for 7 hours and 48 minutes, but I only slept 5 hours and 17 minutes. Jeez, what day of the week was that?
Tuesday.
Sunday night? I had some beers, that Bengals game.
Yeah, Sunday night.
That probably was it. So if you can see my cycle, the top is red. I'm just going in and out of sleep all night long. That's from probably drinking too many beers.
Yeah.
But typically my average is, I'm in bed for, let's say 8 hours and I sleep 7 of them. Last night.
This is my data.
You were in bed for 9 hours and 20 minutes.
Hell yeah, I was.
And you
Do it again tonight.
You slept for 8 of those.
Yep. Beauty sleep.
Heck yeah.
That's important to me.
But this isn't.
I didn't even sleep well last night because I couldn't breathe through my nose. And it was still better than a regular night of your sleep.
So it knows once
in your face.
Yours was better. So the 3 that it tracks are REM, core, and then deep sleep.
Yeah. You dream in REM, right?
Yes.
Because I'm dreaming away. I have vivid dreams every night Like I wake up and I'm trying to like write songs and stuff. Like it's crazy.
I not so much. Let's talk about the different cycles then.
I wonder though if I'm dreaming a lot because I like didn't use my brain during the day. You know?
Your brain gets very active when you sleep, depending.
My brain's like, we didn't do shit today. We're
So
going to send her down, the Yellow Brick Road tonight.
Yeah, but you're physical during the day, and that's probably why you sleep well. People who don't sleep well, often one of the reasons is you don't do anything physical.
Oh.
Like we talked about last week, maybe you're
Yeah,
sitting
I'm
behind a
getting
computer all
physical.
day.
At least twice a week.
Okay. So the cycles are...
I can't see how 5 seconds of my day affects my sleep, though.
It's a good 5 seconds.
I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'm sorry. Move on.
Anyways. So you nod off, so you go into light sleep.
Uh-huh.
Heart rate slows down. Body temperature starts to drop. That's your light sleep. And then you go right into deep sleep.
Really?
So your deepest sleep usually comes very early in your sleeping or your evening.
I remember this. I taught this during like sociology or psychology.
Oh, yeah.
I forget which one,
I
but
remember being taught this in that
Yeah.
class also. So this is the one that always gets me. Deep sleep sounds like it's the best, and it's what I get the least of. But this is when you early on, your body is working to regrow tissue, build bone and muscle, and strengthen your immune system. It's like rejuvenating your body.
that's in deep sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty early on. It's the hardest to wake somebody out of. If you try to wake somebody up, like even waking up our kids, and they're just incoherent, and they
Yeah.
seem like they're out of it. They're in deep sleep.
Okay.
But that's pretty early on. I didn't realize that. I thought that would be further on throughout the night. Like you're a really light sleeper.
Yes.
But I imagine you're probably the heaviest sleeper early on.
Oh, yeah. From 9 to like 1 a.m. That's my time.
Yeah, last night your deep sleep was 8, 9, 10. And then once you're into your cycles, everything's a cycle. So you start light, you start deep, and then you hit your REM sleep, your REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement. Your brain is very active in this, and it causes an intense dreaming. But it's very restorative.
I fucking love dreaming.
It's good for your brain. It gives you focus the next day.
Do
It
you
keeps
remember
sharp.
your dreams?
Sort of, for like a minute, bits and pieces. But most of my dreams, I don't know. People talk about their dreams all the time. If I start to put mine into words, it doesn't make sense.
I think it's good to just get it out there, though.
It
Because
does. It's not
honestly, I swear to God, I think my dreams have changed. Obviously they changed, but like the tone of my dreams have changed throughout time. Like when if I'm like having like a stressed time or something, all my dreams are task oriented or journey oriented. Like I'm doing something that I can never reach, and it's just like a constant like. There's a goal and I'm just not making it. I'm not making it. But
Yeah.
I feel like the more I like talk that through, the more in my regular life, my not dream life.
Your live life.
My live life, I feel like I don't know. It's like more on my mind that like, hey, maybe I got some shit going on. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my dreams are like super fun and just fun. But sometimes if I'm in that stress zone and my dreams are stressed and then I acknowledge that my dreams are stressed, it makes me then in turn in real life be like, you maybe got some shit going on that you should talk about.
So you're dreaming about what stresses you out?
No, I don't think I'm dreaming about what stresses me out. I think it's just a stress. It's a straight up feeling that's like the emotion is the same as what's going on in my day to day. The actual dream is a completely different beast altogether, but it's like my dreams are reflective of the emotions I'm feeling during the day. They have nothing, like they're not coherent. They don't make any sense, but the emotions are the same. Like I'm on a journey. I'm on a task. I feel like when we would be flipping a house or something, it would be like a goal in my dream that I was never like, I'd be wanting to attain it so bad, and I couldn't do it for whatever reason. And that was going on in real life as well. Completely different scenarios, same feelings.
Got you. I mean, I've said this to you a few times, maybe mentioned it here before, but I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I still dream about stressful jobs like my paper route.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, and I was from age 11 to age like 15, 16. I have dreams about that.
Yeah.
I have dreams about being like a cook or a pizza delivery guy.
Dude, I'm always naked in my dreams. Are you ever naked?
No.
Oh my God, I'm always naked or taking my clothes off.
That's weird.
In the midst of it.
No, I'm talking about like normal life dreams.
I'm always naked. And I'm always a boy.
That's very weird.
In sexual shit and non. I'm always a boy.
Okay, we have to move on. This is getting weird.
I just think I'm real masculine in my dreams.
That's very strange.
Is it though?
I don't think. I think dreams are just madness. But the only thing that I've noticed, which I was trying to get to, is that I never dreamed about teaching.
Oh.
And I did it for 15 years. I still never have.
Because it wasn't challenging.
I guess not.
It wasn't.
That's really weird. But do you think dreams have any meaning? Maybe we should do a podcast on dreams.
I definitely think dreams. I went to a therapist and she made me write down all my dreams when I was like in high school. And since then, I feel like I've taken dreams seriously. They're your thoughts that you can't say yourself. They're like, it's your brain literally like giving you a hug and being like, you can't do this yourself, so I'm going to give you this vector, this way to show your emotion.
But they're like nonsense.
But they're actually not. They're not. Like if you got to look at themes, you got to look at like vibes, you got to look at like, your consistent, how it made you. It's just emotion. How did it make you feel in your dream?
My sister posted a meme like a week ago that made me laugh. This is more where I'm at. It said psychologist, all dreams have a meaning, and then it said my dreams, and it's a picture of a cat riding a whale holding like a fork through the ocean. Like that's
oh no, that makes sense.
Like my dreams are just nonsense, complete nonsense.
But they're not
nonsense.
Not
always. Like
there's emotions you felt during that dream. How did you feel during that dream? Were you a antagonist or you were a protagonist? Did you feel dominant in that dream? Did you feel submissive in that dream? Like there's just emotions. It's just emotions.
Interesting. Well,
get in there.
I just don't.
Let
I
it
try
groove.
to. I wake up and I try to think about what I was dreaming about, especially if it was interesting or exciting or fun.
I think articulating your dreams leads to a stronger brain.
I could see that.
So interpret it.
It's your brain doing something.
Yeah. If it's super silly, it's your brain being silly, but like there's something there.
Yeah.
Oh, I get into dreams all day. I have a dream.
I think it's all
one day.
My brain just farting around. But there's also core sleep. This is what most of my sleep is. I think
now, what's
yours
different
too.
about core sleep than?
Yeah, core sleep it's slow wave sleep. So
your brain's not.
It's coming in and out of REM, and it's usually in the earlier in the cycle. But I know you can see your cycle.
I got a lot of core.
Yeah,
I'm so good at sleeping.
Core's at the bottom early on. Yeah, but
my chart looks awesome.
We got a lot of deep, but core is what.
That's ironic.
See, there's mine. I got like 15
you got a
minutes
lot of core
of deep sleep. So Lisa had an hour of deep sleep last night. The night before, I had 16 minutes of it.
Well, I mean, I don't really know. Like, do some people just work differently on different? Like, is that okay for you to like get zero deep sleep?
It's gotta be, but also like,
because that's just how you are. You don't get any core sleep or deep sleep ever.
Apparently,
you
not.
wake up all the time and you're like, I got 9 minutes of deep sleep.
Yeah, just looking at this thing. But like I said, there's people who apparently that was one of the criticisms. People had Fitbits where like I always get an hour of deep sleep, and my Apple Watch is telling me I only got 20 minutes of deep sleep.
Okay.
So, and again, there's really no scientific justification, as far as I've understood, that says that anything's better than the other.
Let me ask you this, because I wore your Apple Watch yesterday. Didn't love it, but was that based off of your like height and weight, or does that impact your heart rate? Do we have different heart rates? Does that even matter?
That's a good question, because my health data is in there. My height and weight, how active I am every day is measured.
Yeah. I wonder if
So I don't know
makes
if
a difference.
Yeah, there's a lot of complicated stuff that goes into this that I'd rather not even know that it's tracking, but
Yeah.
I do like that it does that.
It's
I
like
don't know.
you haven't cleaned your ears in 3 weeks.
It encourages me to try to maintain a healthier
sleep
sleep
But
cycle.
how do you even do that? Probably
How?
not drink before bed.
We can get into that. So,
Probably not take Sudafed before bed.
Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But you talked about this a few times, I think in the last podcast, which I found conflicting data, but how much sleep do we actually need?
So much.
Not really. I mean,
Well, I always thought that as you got older, you needed less and less.
once you hit teenagers, you should be getting 7 to 9 hours a night.
Teenagers
And that's all the way through.
should go in their room and come out 16 hours later.
Well,
Just for like the rest of us.
well, newborns and infants, I don't
They
think.
should do the cry it out method with teenagers.
Yeah.
After the 15th hour, there's like, no, you still have an hour left. Go back in there.
Newborns and infants are 12 to 17 hours.
My children
Never
slept
came anywhere
5
near
hours
that.
at the max. At the max. Someone like a couple months ago was like, "Did they nap?" I was like, "What does that mean? What's napping?" No.
I don't think they napped after like 2.
And they don't even sleep in. They don't even sleep at night. They don't even
No.
sleep at night. We have modern marvels. It's insane.
Yeah. I
No
don't know.
sleeping.
I don't know what the result of that will be, but and then preschool should be 10 to 13 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Like if Max was getting 10 to 13 hours.
Max sleeps the exact same amount as I do.
Yeah. And then
Exact same amount.
school age, like Bob should be getting 3 to 5 is 10 to 15 hours.
15 hours? That's a lie.
Or 13 hours, 10 to 13 hours. That would be like going to bed at 6 or 7 and waking up at 8. Like,
Yeah,
can you
that's-
imagine?
No, that's too much.
I
We
mean,
got too much to do. Listen, my boys, I know you helped me make them, but they're my blood. Like, they have my characteristics, a lot of them,
they have some of my blood too, I think.
like 10%. But we got stuff to do. We can't sleep that long. We got things to do, people to see, things to plan.
Well, 6 to 13, James, our oldest, just turned 14. So 6 to 13, so Bob to James is 9 to 11 hours. Would you say they ever get 9 hours?
Yeah, I would say yes, because we
On
try
a
to get them
school
to
day,
bed.
they're up by 6:30.
And we try to 8 to 6. I don't do math, so that's not 12 hours.
No, it's barely 10.
Okay. And then, they watch TV.
Like if they go to school, if they get up at 6 in the morning, they'd have to go to bed at 7 at night.
They're not getting up at 6 in the morning.
Well, 7
Okay,
in the
well,
morning.
listen. Okay, they don't get enough sleep. All right, let's move on. They don't. That's not, it's
But
whatever way we cut it, it's not happening.
Once you get into your 20s, it's just 7 to 9
7 to 9.
hours, yeah, which we're in that realm for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, in college, I was more like 6 hours, 7 hours. And that was from either studying or partying or things like that. But you need a certain amount of sleep.
When you done?
The thing we mentioned last week, which I found very interesting, is snoozing.
Snoozing's not good.
Snoozing. Where'd I put that? Yeah. So
I don't understand this.
yeah, and that's why I wanted to
Clarify?
clarify, engage it a little bit. I don't think you snooze. I try to. I want to.
I don't wake up and then go back to bed.
I
I
don't,
wake up
but
and then I read the news, but I'm not out of the bed.
that's my goal.
Is that snoozing?
No, if your alarm goes off at 6 and you hit snooze, then you literally fall back asleep.
No.
And then
I
your
can't
alarm
do
goes
that.
off at 6:15 and you hit snooze and you literally go back to sleep.
Maybe
Like,
if
that
I'm,
happens to me.
super hungover, but I don't do that. You know why I don't do that? Because if I wake up and then go back to sleep, I feel like I'm in lucid dreaming. Like I can't actually get out of it. Have you ever been in there?
That's where I
where
think
you
the craziest dreams happen. Not on purpose. Like if I wake up at 5 to pee and I
Oh.
don't have to get up till 7, maybe it's the weekend. That stretch is crazy dreams.
Not crazy dreams. Like I'm awake trying to get up and I cannot get up. Especially like, have you ever taken a nap? Hasn't happened in a long time, but if I take a
love
nap
naps.
and then set an alarm and then blow through my alarm and go back to bed, then I literally can't get up. Like I'm trying to like swim out of it and I cannot get out of it. It's scary
And it's apparently not healthy. But,
because it's fucking scary.
well, I don't know. I did it most of my life. I don't sleep as well as I did when I was younger, but I would wake up to an alarm on purpose. Like I have to get up at, let's say, 6:30 because I have to be to work at 7:30. Set my alarm for 5:30, knowing I don't need to get out of bed till 6 or whatever it may be. Like I would purposely leave myself a snoozing time where
Right.
I could wake up and be like, it's time to get up, but you don't actually have to get up yet.
Yeah,
And apparently, statistically, over half the country does that.
I would. Yeah,
Like
I would
you,
say so.
and I still do it. I mean,
When
I don't
you were younger, what time did you have to wake up in the morning?
like high school or.
All of the years, I don't know.
I mean, high school I had to get up at probably 6:30,
Really?
but I got up.
My bus would come at 6:30 when I was like in middle school.
Oh well, you don't like to hear my stories of childhood, but I walked to school.
But you could still wake up at 6:30?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd get up and just walk out the door, but I also
Weren't walking far.
there were times it was 1.9 miles. I think I was the bus.
That's not far.
You could see the bus. At the end of our street was the cutoff.
How far do you think Centennial is from our house? From my parents' house. I'll give you
1
give
mile.
you like you think it's 1 mile?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I mean, it's less than a mile, for sure.
I didn't ask you to restate the question answer. I asked you why.
Why?
Yeah.
I know distances.
Give me your phone. Oh, I have a phone.
You have a phone.
Sorry. Go on.
I'm going to say like
I didn't even like
0.8
walk
miles.
there though.
I thought you knew the answer. This is the high school down the street from us that Lisa went to for a minute.
I walked there like maybe 5 times, to be honest.
Well, I walked.
It's 0.7.
0.7. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, what I'm saying is getting up.
No, it's 1.1. I'm sorry. It's like 0.7 like
As the crow
distance.
flies.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's 1.1.
What did you ask me? Oh, when I got up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, we can forego that. I just want to tell when I got up. That's what I was
Okay.
getting
When
at.
did you get up?
I had to go to a babysitter before school because my parents both worked. And so I would go to a babysitter at like 6:30 in the morning. So I had to wake up in the 6 o'clock range, maybe even in the 5 o'clock range, because I had to be somewhere at 6:30.
I like this to hear what time your parents put you to bed.
I would voluntarily go to bed as soon as the dark came.
Pretty early.
I've always gone to bed so early.
Yeah.
That's just been my MO forever. And like, to be honest, my parents are particular about sleep. One, my mom and dad both take naps still to this day.
Yep.
Love them.
And they're extremely healthy people.
There's a lot of reading that goes into those naps though. But it was like they just took a siesta every day. Every day at like 3 o'clock, they were like, everyone shut it down. I'm going to go take a nap. And it was just like a weird, I don't know.
Especially if they're getting out of the house that early.
Yes, they would, because they're both in the medical field, so like their days started super early. But I think that because I woke up so early for to go to like a before school babysitter, then when I became a teacher, like waking up early was like not a problem at all. Like I was never one of those people that was like, oh, it's really hard to wake up, Lisa. Like I was out of the bed immediately, and like I'm a morning person. I'm not a night person. That's probably why I'm a good sleeper, because I just like shut it down. I'm ready to go.
Well, I kind of miss that. I mean, when I was a teacher, I would just. Well, no, I still plan to snooze a little bit.
Yeah.
But right now I do not wake up and get up. But no alarm wakes me up though.
No, it's usually just me like
I think it's
shuffling around and being like, you should probably get up now.
no.
It's time to go.
You're very rarely just up before I am.
Oh, no.
I mean,
yeah.
I just wake up. You just wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
Well, is
But
that?
I wake up and I don't get up. Like I wake up at 5 o'clock every day.
Is that?
I don't get out of bed.
Is that
till
a
6.
sign of good sleep though? Because it seems like you're not sleeping very well.
No, I think I am.
Is just waking up on your own accord a good thing, or does it actually mean nothing?
I think it means nothing. I think your body's like, we're good. We're good here. We've done this. Go do something.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. Like I like to lay there. I don't know. I shouldn't, because what my brain does when I wake up is like not anything valuable. Like I think about pointless things, or I stress myself up over nothing. But anyway, so health wise, your alarm goes off. You're nearing the end of your REM cycle. So you hit the snooze. You go back to sleep. If you are a snoozer, it usually throws you right back into that, and that's where the dreams get even crazier.
Right back into the REM.
Yeah, but then your alarm goes off again. I think 15 minutes is the common snooze time.
Yeah.
iPhone, I think it's 15 minutes, maybe 10.
I think it's 9 minutes.
9 minutes. And then it's interrupting your REM again.
And that's bad.
It is bad.
Why?
Because it makes you foggy, disoriented.
So your
But
brain
if you do that every single day,
you're just going to be foggy and disoriented for a while?
no, you're just confusing your whole body's sleep cycle in general. So when you do go to bed, it doesn't know if this is 15 minutes or 7 hours.
Answer me this. What is the best to wake up to? Core, deep, REM?
You're usually in.
What stage should you be in when you're woken up? That's a good question.
It is a good question. It's typically core is what you're going to be in, or REM when you wake up. But once you come out of that, to put yourself back into it temporarily
Is no good.
is
No bueno.
It's not that it's that bad, but it has no value. So if I wake up at like 5, which
That
I
makes
do a
sense.
lot, and I'm like, oh man, just one more hour, but that would be great.
What about
there's no benefit to it, so I
What
just
about-
wasted an hour of my life.
Yes, but what about? Oh, okay. So like we've talked a lot about like what's good for your brain, but what's good for your body?
Well,
Like me, literally, sometimes I'm laying there and I'm like, no, my body is really fucking tired. I don't want to move my arms. I'm not ready to move my legs. Like, does that impact sleep at all, or is like, are you done after like the first, hour or so?
apparently core is where you get, or sorry, the deep is where you get that rejuvenation of your physical self, which apparently I'm not doing much of, but you are.
The core.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's early on. Like that happened early on in your sleep,
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's confusing. Like last night, we went to bed at like 8 or 9, and I woke up, had to pee, which I do every night, and some nights I wake up and I'm like, I have to pee. Man, it's like it cuts me short. Like I'm like, oh, it's 4:30.
To pee?
Crap, yeah. I would love to get back to sleep. It's only 4:30.
Oh.
But other nights I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 4:30, and I go pee and I come back and it's like 10:30. Like I've only been asleep for 1 hour. So I don't know. Like I can't gauge it. But also, like I said at the beginning of this, no one really knows. Like there's really no actual medical understanding of sleep.
Yeah, like we know what happens, but we don't know why.
We know there's
need
cycles
this.
that we come in and out of. Some benefit others more than, others. But
Can you tell me why I sweat at night?
no, I
Because
should
it's
have
a real
looked that up.
problem.
I used to sweat profusely sleeping, and
But-
I don't sweat at all.
So,
And now you do.
I sweat on my chest,
Your boobs sweat.
my boobs, and my chest, but it's like, I'm disgusted with myself when I wake up and I've been sweating. One, I'm like cold. I'm clammy. I'm so freaking cold because I'm wet. It's awful. It's so awful. But it's just on my chest. It's not anywhere else. Like I remember a girlfriend that I used to be friends with, her husband would like sweat through the sheets and there would be like stains on the sheets. And I was like, that's like divorce level stuff.
That
like,
used to be me.
like a stain on the sheet. There's so many things about you, Jimmy, that like in your previous marriage, I'd be like, no, that's a deal breaker.
I used to not
So funny.
have a headboard, and the wall behind where I slept,
Yeah.
like my head like discolored the wall, and I would discolor the sheets. How much I sweat at night?
No.
I don't know why though.
Meat sweats.
Maybe it was meat sweats. Honestly, had to probably bring it full circle. Had to do with my diet.
I'm not.
Yeah, soak in the covers.
No, but like I looked it up and it was like it could be menopause, which I don't think I'm menopause.
You're 37. I don't think it's menopause.
I think it's digestive related, and it's
just recent, or is this all the time?
within the it's
We've been talking about it recently.
post babies. It's within like 2 or 3 years. But I found that if I like eat too much at night, like before I go to bed, I'll sweat a lot. Like my body's like, Jesus Christ, like this fucking girl. Like we got to run through it. And then if I don't eat enough, I also sweat. Where my body's like in overdrive. Like sometimes if I don't eat enough, I feel like my digestion's
It's got to get it just right.
it's like kicked into high gear, and like I feel like I'm burning a lot of calories. Like I can feel my digestion working because my body's like, I mean, I don't really think I straddle a line of like, not eating and eating, but yeah, if I gotta meet the like a sweet spot between not overeating and eating enough. And if I fall off of that line, I sweat a lot at night. And it's awful.
Just on your chest.
Just on my chest. That's why I think it's like more hormonal, because that's like a hormonal spot to sweat.
Maybe I'm just squeezing your boobs all night.
You, Evan.
JK, I'm
No.
implying we sleep in the same bed.
I leave the room to go sleep in the boys' room because they come in my bed.
Yeah.
And I just, instead of fighting it, I'm just like, bye.
Is
And
what
I
it
get
is, yeah.
wonderful night's sleep.
Clearly, last night you slept 1 hour and 1 minute of deep sleep. So as we head towards the end here, what are some things we can do to improve our sleep?
Yeah.
What
tell
do you
us.
think?
Not drink before bed.
That's one of them for sure. Electronic devices. I don't think either of us
I like
lay in
to-
our bed and stare at our phones.
I like to read on my phone before bed.
Do you go dark mode or are you in regular mode?
I'm in regular mode. I don't know what dark mode is.
You can flip your phone and it turns off different light waves or whatever.
Oh. No,
to
I don't do that.
help prepare you for sleep.
No, but I love reading on my
Blue
phone.
light. It gets rid of the blue light. I do
You
too.
don't have to like turn the pages.
Oh, look at you. Welcome to
Yeah.
the new world.
But also
I just like the feel of paper.
I do. And I just got a book and I'm so excited about it. I've already read like 50 pages in the middle of the day. I felt kind of bad because you were like literally laboring away at this like awful house. Not an awful house, but like, you were working pretty hard on like a dilapidated house, and I was at home reading a book. Kindred, the book. I just got it. It's a show on Hulu, and I'm weirdly obsessed with it, but they left us, and I needed to know what happened next. So I bought the book, and I'm so excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
Such
so
a good
it's
book.
Continuing on a show that you had watched?
Yeah. And it's a Pulitzer Prize winning book. It's so good. It's a famous book. It's a famous author. She won like a Nobel Peace Prize or something. No, she won a Pulitzer Prize probably.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. But regardless, Kindred, go buy it. It's so good.
Sounds great. Well, it's probably harder to read that laying in bed, but
Yeah.
I do like to look at my phone
Yeah.
reading wise a little bit,
I
but
definitely like read through the news on my phone.
what do you do in
And
the
when
morning?
I say read through my news, I mean look at Instagram.
Well, I do like I do like the Apple Watch thing for that. Like if you set like a sleep time,
It'll cut it off.
it cuts it off, so I don't get a text overnight. Any bullshit pop-ups don't come through or anything that they used to, or any
I
buzz
do.
on my watch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
It
good.
just shuts all that off. Your bedroom should be dark and cool, which ours is.
Yeah.
No sign of light, except I do like the curtains open and like the natural light of like the moon or the snow or
I like
something like that.
I like the blinds open for sure.
Yeah. Obviously wear comfortable clothes, a routine.
Do you get into PJs?
No, I sleep in my underwear.
I
Oh, and I like my socks a certain way.
Jimmy wears his socks like halfway on his foot. I think I've talked about this before. It's divorce level behavior.
I don't like to show it to
He
you.
puts the sock. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like he bunches it up halfway on his foot and leaves the sock just on the toes. So the heel is exposed.
And the ball of the foot. Like
but the toes have a sock on it.
it's kind of like dead center.
It's the worst thing you've ever dealt with in your life.
Just comfortable.
When I see him do it, like I get mad.
She starts calling lawyers.
It's disgusting. But once I started wearing PJs, this sounds really corny and stuff. I feel like it really, I don't know. Like I like the routine. I don't think I had a routine before, and I like a routine. I like getting my PJs on, washing my face, putting on my whole freaking 20-point thesis of a face cream situation on. Like I like that whole production of it.
Speaking of that, not to jump out of what I was talking about, I did read something about sleep positions. And obviously you have backside or stomach.
Where do you sleep?
Stomach's weird.
On your back?
I sleep on my side.
Uh-huh.
You sleep on your back.
I'm back inside.
Well, you're probably going to start sleeping on your back.
Why? Is it best? Back is best?
If you were concerned about wrinkles.
Oh, that makes sense. My dad told me that.
Really?
Yes, because he said something about like don't sleep on your stomach. And I was like, why? And he was like, my dad said you'll get wrinkles, but he meant like on my boobs. And I was like, what?
Side sleeping
That's
can
weird.
contribute to facial wrinkles since your face is pressed against a pillow,
Makes
stretching
sense.
and compressing your skin.
No, that definitely makes sense. I'm going to probably.
So, like, position-wise, they say back and side is just whatever's most comfortable for your body is best for you. But that was the only caveat was the wrinkles. Because if you're on your back, your face is just normal. But I don't know. But consistency, though, having a routine, going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, trains your body. This is time, and that's
Go to
where you
bed
get
at
the best sleep.
9 and wake up at 7.
And I am
Just
not.
kidding. I wake up at like 6, but still, what a
That's
life.
something I don't
What
have.
a life, you know? I literally like I'm going to go to bed at 9 tonight, and it's Friday night. I've had my fun. I've had my drinks. I ate a lot, and I'm going to go to bed at 9.
I might stay up a little later than that.
Oh, probably. And like
That's
do
it.
gay, or I mean non-gay stuff that old men do.
Like video games or
Ugh, barf.
watch YouTube videos
Yeah.
of fish concerts.
Yeah, I think I'm getting sleepy already.
Good bedding. How about aromatherapy
I love an aromatherapy.
or sounds? We don't have any aromatherapy.
I love my humidifier. Well, that's because it's like dry in our room, but I
Yeah.
need some moisture in the air when I'm sleeping. I think that really helps my sleep as a humidifier.
What about sounds?
I don't like a sound machine.
I think I would. We've never really tried
Our boys
one.
use one. Actually, it's one that Nana gave them.
I wouldn't mind a sound machine.
Oh, except I went in there the other day, and I have a 4-year-old who has some issues peeing the bed, and the sound that they put on
Like gurgling water.
was like a babbling brook. And I was like, no, guys, let's not encourage this. Terrible idea.
Healthy diet, obviously.
Yeah.
The one thing I've noticed we're very fit, active people. I have a very physical job.
Yeah.
But on days where I'm not physical, like
You can it's like harder to go to bed.
yeah.
Yeah.
And now that I'm
I can see
physical
that.
every day on a day off, I'm more apt to try to just do nothing so
Yeah.
my body can recover. And then I lay down and I'm just like, like I'm not tired at all. But if you
earn
but
that.
if you
Gotta earn that
exercise, yeah, you're gonna sleep well. Your body needs rejuvenation. If you sit on your butt all day and watch TV, and then your body's like, we're cool here. We could just do
Right.
a couple hours.
That makes sense.
And obviously stress and other things like that can lead to it. Shitty mattress, pillows. I recently have been lucky enough to score a weighted blanket.
This is
and
I'm
it
tapping
changed my
out.
life.
The rest of the podcast is just Jimmy talking about his girlfriend. I want to let you all know that's what he calls it. His weighted blanket, he calls his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Proceed, Jimmy.
She needs a name.
It's your girlfriend.
Well, someone's got to snuggle with me at night.
Oh my God.
But those are the things we can do to get better sleep.
Okay.
One thing I don't think we've tried is sound or aromatherapy. I don't think I could do aromatherapy. I'd probably sneeze.
It would be distracting to me.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind some sound.
Well, we have a sound machine. Let's do it tonight.
We can try
Let's
it.
do it. Oh, that'd be fun. I'm just kidding. We already did it. Just kidding.
Morning game.
Who's doing it before bed? There should be. Is there any talk about that?
Sex before bed?
Yeah.
No,
Because-
I mean that's like.
Here's my
I feel
thoughts.
like that'd get you fired up.
Here's my thoughts on it. One, when I go to bed, I'm tired. But then if you throw in like the factor of like you got to do it, and like you got to throw in theatrics and stuff, like this is not. It's not gonna happen.
Why is this such a chore for you?
No, it's
some,
not a.
some people like.
It's not a chore, but it's definitely something that's like on your mind.
Yeah.
Like I have this thing yet to happen before I can like completely, go to sleep and relax.
I wonder if that's an age thing because I feel like the older you get, it's like once you're in bed, it's like it's
I'm
time
tired.
to go to bed.
And it doesn't mean I don't want to do it. Like we'll do it in the morning all day. Middle of the day, we definitely have way more middle of the day sex. There's children around.
Yeah.
Then at night.
Yeah.
What am I? Yeah, what am I in my 20s? Freaking throwing the theatrics around at like 10 o'clock at
Like
night.
after the bar.
Oh my God, that's not happening. Ew.
It's not a nighttime game.
No.
Well, the only people listening to this are like my family members, so we could
They're
probably.
just horrified.
I'm just
I
kidding,
love
I'm just
talking
kidding.
about sex with your family because they hate it so much.
I'm kidding. Beaters? We used to call our people beaters.
Beaters.
We have a lot of beaters, right,
do.
out there.
We do. Can you tell us if you have sex at night or during the day?
Lisa would love to read those Instagram comments. Lisa beats your meat at Instagram.
It's a health thing. First of all, doing it is literally healthy, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It's very healthy. You got to get that poison out.
tell me about it.
That's what it is. It's poison.
Yeah, you don't have any.
No.
So you got to get the poison.
Well, I quickly dispel of it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. We probably it's bedtime, so I think we're gonna wrap this up, and I'm gonna go to bed. You can tell in my voice, I like went from like speaking a little bit clearly, now I'm like completely congested. So it's over. Thanks
Yeah.
for listening.
Yeah, if you
and,
have any ideas, like if there's something that you would like us to discuss in terms of health or society or anything, I think our next topic's gonna be a lot more specific to veganism.
that sounds good.
But health is obviously the reason we are vegan, along with the animal stuff. So I think we're gonna shift back over.
So let's
to-
do an animal one.
Yeah, to a more animal one.
Love an animal. Let's talk about camels. Are they winter friendly?
Beating people to death. Yeah.
Let's talk about animals that beat up and killed people. I want to know the top 10 most dangerous animals.
Okay, we can
That'd
do
be
that.
fun.
Maybe we can do it like our
Did you know that bull sharks are more dangerous than great white sharks?
bull sharks.
Bull sharks.
No.
But great whites just got a bad rap because of Jaws.
And they're
Literally.
gigantic.
They don't. It's like a bull shark when it hunts. It one of its tactics is ramming its prey, and then it'll bite them or something.
Interesting.
So like that kills a lot of people when they ram them, and then
crazy.
they like get off their balance, probably drown or whatnot.
That'd be the worst. Like if I'm gonna die of a shark attack, like eat me. Like how do you die?
They eat you.
Oh, okay.
They do eat you.
He
But
got,
I think
he
the
got
initial,
knocked out and drowned.
I think the initial ramming affects them, and then but it's a bull shark. Bull sharks kill way more people than great whites.
Fascinating.
So we should do that. We'll do that. Killer animals.
Killer animals. All right, cool. Well, thanks. Give us any love if you could on whatever you're listening to this on. A comment, a like, a share. Tell your friends. But tell us too. We love feedback, so we appreciate you.
Do love feedback. Okay. Good night. Thank you for so much.